Testing. Good morning, friends. This is Chair Yoga with Livy. This is North Presbyterian Church in Williamsville, New York. A beautiful morning here. The sun is coming in through these windows, and it's just lovely. It's certainly a sacred place to me and a wonderful place to practice yoga. So I invite you to get some water. And today, if you would grab a towel, we're going to use a towel for some stretching, some shoulder work, and some twists as well. So grab yourself a towel and get your shoes off if you're in a comfortable place to do that. I do have my cell phone with me. If you have if you're not hearing something, please let me know. I'm running the camera by myself today, and I want to be sure that everybody's hearing everything. So if you're not, and you know my text message, or you know my cell phone number, please send me a text message and let me know. It's right here with me. Okay, so I'll take that sign away. And you have your towel handy. And have a seat. So come to the edge of your seat, if you will, please. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh. You've arrived. You're safe. Score. And just begin to allow yourself to be present. The past is history. The future hasn't happened. And this is the moment right here, right now. And you're not getting it back. So allow yourself to be present. Take a deep breath in. Long, slow exhale. Settle into the sit bones. Maybe press the hands, palms down on the thigh muscles to help ground you, help center you. Close your eyes if that feels good to you. And just breathe as if it were your job. And you were going to do a good job of it. So take that deep breath. Take that long exhale. And make it complete. Do your job well. And then just open your eyes, soft gaze. I'm going to hinge forward and just move around my sit bones. So over to one side, towards the tailbone, the other side, and around to the front. That's a few minutes of meditation right there. In the beginning, just remind me of how difficult it is to be still, calm, and centered in the midst of this chaotic world. So there's gift number one from yoga. And switch directions, go the other way. So it's like you're giving your sit bones, your backside, a little bit of a massage. That's all right. And one more time. So let's move into the low back, the upper back. And I'm just going to circle my hands, or wrap my hands around my kneecaps. Straighten the arms, lift the heart, maybe a little press downward. And then roll to the tailbone, scoop the belly, drop the chin to your chest. Keeping the arms straight once again. Inhale, press downward, lift the heart. So these are some seated cat and cow today. Start in the tailbone though. Roll it underneath, open up that low back space and round. Sit up tall, press downward just a bit, heart forward and up. And then you want to start low in the belly. Tuck that tailbone underneath you like a dog that just gets scolded. And again. Last one, cat and cow. Seated cat and cow today. And lifting up tall. Roll the shoulders. We started in the sit bones and worked up the spine today. And again. Now, remembering your own pace and your own space. Something gets to be challenging, please feel free to watch. Sit down. Stand in mountain pose. And move through it perhaps at another time. Find your own variation for a posture if you need to. One more time. All right, now, arms up, you surrender. Drop the chin, drop the fingertips down. Come right back up, arms up, surrender, and down. Now let's breathe with this. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale. And exhale. Bring the hands, palms down, pull the elbows back, and cross them in front. All right, and then switch and put the other hand in front. So you're going to reach a little bit further on one side than the other. And again. We warm up the shoulders and the back today because we are going to grab hold of that towel and use that as a prop today. And out. All right, take the arms out to the side and then just rotate. Palms up, palms down. You're going to tire them out, I'm sure. We'll give them a rest for a moment before we move on. So up and down, up and down. Really, the rotation is in the wrist and the elbow, ever so slight in the shoulder. But you're using your shoulder muscles to hold them there. So that's where you're going to get tight and get tired, excuse me. And one more time. All right, palms up. Touch the elbows behind your back. And then press out. And again, pull them together in the back. Press them out. 2 more. Press them out. One more time. And press them out. Palms to the ceiling. And we take our first forward fold. Sliding up the legs. Heart comes forward. And then put that tailbone back on the chair. So you may need to rock that tailbone back just a little bit. Reach into chair pose. Let the weight go heavy on the legs here. Drop the shoulders and draw the shoulder blades back. Stomach in. Reaching up. All right, all the way down. We work into the head now. So tip the head to the left, chin to your chest, over to the right, and come back up. Oh, whoa. Let's do that again. That felt good to me. Chin down, especially after doing all those shoulder work. We tend to get up into the neck when we work our shoulders too. And all the way back up. One more time. Over. Chin down. Other side. And right back up. Take a deep breath in. Let's turn to the right. Let the arms float down. Let's let that right arm just hang there because I want you to roll it back. And again, roll it back. And one more time, roll it back and hold it back there. Maybe that hand's going to rest on the chair. Look towards the right, belly in, even on both sit bones. Come on back to the front. Deep breath in. Turn to the left. Let that left arm just hang because we're going to roll it back 3 times. Looking to the left 2 times. And one more. Roll it all the way back. Hold it there. Maybe drop that hand to the chair. Stomach in, even on the sit bones. Breathe. All right, come on back to the front. And then grab hold of the chair if you're able to. If not, just hands down at the side and a little hinge forward as much as the chair will allow you to do that. Still holding on. My arms got straight in the back. Let's just hold that posture. Reach forward. Chair pose. Into the heart. All right. I think we'll grab the towel when we stand up. So feet underneath. You may want to bring the heels back just a bit. Releve up on the feet on the exhale. Exhale. All right, coming into standing mountain pose. So draw the heels right underneath the sit bones there. Engage those leg muscles. Draw the tailbone down. Roll the shoulders out, palms to the front. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. And breathe. Open your eyes wide. Find that focal point straight ahead that's not moving. All right, right, first thing we're going to do is bring the hands to the heart and just sink into the knees. So I'm going to keep the shoulders on the wall behind me and just sink into my knees. Clasp the hands here, press the knuckles forward, scoop the belly, flip the hands, and we rise right back up. Straight legs. Let's go and take the feet a little bit wider for a little more balance. Over to one side. You can always bend the elbows if that feels better to you, and then the other side. So one thing I didn't get seated. All right, back. We forward fold. Soften elbows, soften the knees, and halfway rise. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Pull the elbows in towards the side body. Looking first to the toes, then to the ground, and then bring the heart forward. All right, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, and round back up. Take a little different one right there. And then shake out. Go around to the back of the chair. I'm going to pull this on the back of the chair, and we'll begin to use that back there. Oh, let's grab a drink of water first. All right, so I'm going to check in and see if anybody sent me a text message. All right, looks like everything's going good and you can hear me just fine, and the music's okay too. So coming first into downward facing dog, lightly on the chair, step the feet back. Navel in towards the spine. You're either looking at the back of the chair, maybe the earth. Maybe you can turn the gaze back a little more towards the toes, depending on the flexibility in your spine and in your hips and back. All right, take the gaze over the chair, stepping in. Let's grab that towel. All right, so right out in front, I'm going to take my feet about chair width apart. Gives me a good base right here. You want to work at keeping the towel taut, okay? Hands are shoulder width apart here. Lifting up. Now, you can bend the elbows if you want, but I'm always keeping that towel nice and taut, all right? Rotate. Hips face the front. So although I'm pulling back on my right shoulder, I'm going to keep my right hip to the front. Come to the other side. Same thing. Let that left hip come forward as you turn to the left just a bit. Back to the front. Touch the back of your head, reaching up and lower down. All right, let's do it again. Deep breath in. We rotate. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Don't let the hips move. Inhale. Touch the back of the head. I'm going to drop my chin down a bit and then lower down. One more time. Rotate. Not moving anything from the waist down. Rotate. Back of the head and lower down. Downward facing dog, stepping back. Breathe. And this time, bend one knee and then bend the other knee. So the hips are going to go up and down. I'm going to show you from the side. So I'm going to bend one knee and then the other knee. So the hips sort of press out to the side and get a little bit of stretch across the hip there. And again. All right. Back to the center. Take the gaze forward. Step into the chair. And let's keep the towel handy. We're not going to use it yet. We're going to get into our posture first. So mountain pose. Smile on your face. Lift the right heel. Lift the right foot. Use the chair if you need it. We hinge at the hips, shoot that foot back. Toe, ball, heel, and my toe is turned out just a wee bit here. Rising up. Warrior one. Now, press that heel into the ground and then rotate that baby toe into the earth as well. Feel a lovely calf stretch there. Keep that front knee over the ankle, and you've got a beautiful warrior one. How nice is that? All right, let's take the elbows together. Lift the heart a wee bit more. Circle forward. Press the knuckles. Drop the chin. All right, and while you're here, let's get the towel. All right, we're going to take the towel overhead, and once again, bend the elbows if you need to. Keep the towel taut, okay? So it's not going to do this. Deep breath. Exhale. Turn to the left. Come back to the front. Turn to the right. Come back to the front. Drop the chin. Reach forward without using the chair if you don't need it. Feet together. Stand up nice and tall. And And let's move to the other side. Let's go back. So we start in mountain pose. Lift the left heel, lift the left foot. Gives you a moment balance right there. Hinge at the hip, shoot that foot back. Toe ball here, rise up. Here's our beautiful warrior one. Palms facing each other. Get that heel in the ground. Grab the ground with the baby toe. Elbows back, lift the heart. Hands together, drop the chin. So a little stretch in the shoulders there first. All right, we rise up, use the towel. And soften the elbows as much as you need to. Important stuff, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, back to the other side. Exhale, twist. Don't move anything in the low half. You have to work at keeping those knees, that knee facing straight ahead. Deep breath, drop the chin. Reach forward. Both feet together. Deep breath in. Take that little baby back bend. And release. Put it on the chair, downward facing dog. Step back. And breathe. One more breath. All right. Look over the chair. Stepping into the chair. Grab that. Again, take your feet wide. This time, take the towel behind your back. All right, so I have it behind my back, my toes are facing straight ahead, and I've lifted it away from my seat. So you want to walk the hands in closer, do so. Keep them shoulder width, maybe outside the hip line is just fine. So right here, let's take a little chest expansion. Let the towel move downward as the heart moves up. Now watch what's happening in the midsection. Keep the tailbone drawing to the ground as well. Lifting. All right, from here, we hinge forward. I'm going to put a soft bend in my knee and hinge towards the chair. Push through the toes, rise right back up. Again, tailbone to the ground. Let me show you what I don't want you to do. See how I've hyperextended this right here? Tailbone to the ground as you reach back here. Yeah. Okay, so we lift the heart again. And I'm going to lift the towel away from my glutes, from my thigh muscles if I can. Belly in. Here's the hinge forward. Use the toes. Keeping the shoulders drawing in together. Breathing. Push through the toes. Come on back up. Some of you may say, that is just way too much for me to do. So here's what I suggest. Hands in your back pocket. Okay, we are going to take it one more time. So after you get nice and tall here, you're going to draw that tailbone down, the belly in, shoulders down, and then here we go. Little micro bend in the knees. Keeping the towel off of your seat if you can. Tucking the chin a bit to breathe deep. And exhale, rise right back up. Walk, step your feet together. Oh, shake out. My goodness. That's a lot of work on those arms, isn't it? Downward facing dog. All right, so in this position, send your fingers straight ahead to me. Okay, splay them out. Soften the knees. I'm going to turn my right thumb to the ceiling, and then if you can lift it off of the chair and stretch it forward so the fingertips are stretching far from my right sit bone. Breathing. Micro bend in my knees for sure, or maybe a deeper bend. Let's switch, take the other side. Rotate the thumb to the ceiling, deep breath. Exhale, belly in, stretch the fingers far from the left sit bone. Breathe. Release. Both hands on the thigh muscles. Tuck the tailbone and round back up. All right, a little shake out. Back is a little more warmed up. Let's move on. We're going to take the feet wide. Turn that right toe to the right wall, sink into the knee, open the arms. There's our warrior two. Look over the two-piece fingers first. And then look over the two-piece fingers in the back hand. And then notice, are your arms parallel? I understand if everybody's shoulders aren't the same. If that arm needs to drop down or rest on your hip, it's okay, all right? Head over, heart over pelvis. So look in your device and be sure this isn't happening. So what I suggest, if you're leaning forward, you get your body back upright, and if you have a hard time doing that, feeling the stretch here, Then ease up on that. So straightening that front leg a little bit, maybe bringing that back foot in a little bit, but get your head over heart over pelvis here. All right, palm to the ceiling, reverse. Here we go. Breathing. One more breath. Pass through warrior two, slide to the right, and come into extended angle. I happen to love this flow series. We're going to drop this arm back around, come back to warrior two. Palm to the ceiling, lift up. Nothing moving in the low half of my body, right? That knee stays over the ankle. Slide, extended angle, reach. You can let that head float or hand float towards the side of your face if you'd like. And here we go. Circle down and around, press through that supporting foot. We rise back up one more time. All right, come back to that warrior two. We slide to the right. Rest the wrist, reaching. Beautiful. Circle around and rise right back up. Toes to the front, deep breath in. Let's go the other way, same thing. Opening wide, glance at the two-piece fingers. Find your perfect warrior two, knee over the ankle. And here we go, reverse. Warrior two, slide, rest. You all want to move a little faster on this? By all means, go ahead. You want to move a little slower? That's okay too. Your own space and your own pace, right? Always. I'm merely here with suggestions. And slide, rest. Circle around. Come back. One more time, reaching up. Slide and rest, our extended angle. Flow, flow, flow. Make it very grace-filled. All the way around and back. Toes to the front. Deep breath in. Bring your hands down, walk. Step your feet together, back to downward facing dog, and take a nice deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Bend the knees. Bring the hands back to the thighs, tuck the tailbone, round back up, and shoulder rolls around and down. Ooh, that should feel good. Take a little stretch, a little shake out, grab a drink of water, and let's move on. Okay. All right, so I think we'll come around to the right side of the chair. We're going to move into some triangle poses. So turning the left toe towards the right side of the chair. Arms out. Remember, triangle pose, everything is straight. And we're going to do some tipping in this too. So the hips are going to push to the left, or to the right, and you reach to the left, and then come right back up. Bring that head over heart over pelvis, tailbone to the ground. Again, we exhale. Inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale. All right, this time, here we go. Exhale. Windmill the arms. So you may use the back of the chair. Perhaps you'll use the seat. Perhaps you might use the thigh muscle or the shin. Whatever is comfortable for you in this position. We work at getting this arm up, but if it's too much, by all means, keep it down, keep it on your hip, depending on the flexibility and the range of motion in your shoulder. One more thing I'm going to ask you to do, press the hips forward, let the shoulders draw back. You will get yourself in one thin line. Yeah, nice. And breathe. Turn the gaze if you can. All right, let's drop both hands to the chair, lift that back knee, and rise up into our high lunge. So you see my heel is up in the back? Whoops. Yeah. And everything is facing the left wall. My hips, my ribs, my shoulders, my nose rising up. So you don't need to look at me here. Just rise up. high lunge, we call this. Maybe crescent pose if you want to lift the heart a little more and turn the palms out. Notice how the heart moves forward and the shoulders draw in when you do that. Lovely. Release the hands to the chair. We're going to take downward facing dog. Now you have two choices. You can always use the back of the chair, slide on back there, or take the hands on the chair. Notice my head's going to be a little bit lower. My knees are going to be bent still, and so you be the best judge. If your head falls below your heart, don't get dizzy. All right, take your gaze over the chair, walk into it, bend the knees, and round back up. All right, so we sashay around to the other side. I'd like to see that. Okay, so right toe faces the chair, left toe faces the front, and open the arms. I want to do this sliding so you get this sense of head over heart over pelvis here. My back is straight. I'm not leaning right here. I'm tipping the whole body. Okay, so my hips go to the left and I reach to the right. Yeah? Here we go. Work at keeping the arms parallel to the earth. And back up. Belly is pulled in. Use the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Here we go. Exhale. And windmill. Reaching skyward. So you've got the chair option, back of the chair, you've got the chair, you've got lightly on the thigh or lightly on the shin. And here we are. Squeeze those thigh muscles around your thigh bones. Move the hips forward a bit, draw the shoulders back. Turn the gaze if you can. Your legs are working hard. Breathe deep. Get some muscle. Get some oxygen to them. All right, bringing that hand down to the seat of the chair. You're going to lift that back heel. You won't need to step it in a bit. By all means, do so. And then rise up. So that back heel is up. This is balance. So do your best to find it with one hand on the chair or none. Everything looking to the right wall. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Feel that great stretch in the front of the left leg. Breathe. All right, hands come back to the chair. Now, we have done downward facing dog. I'm going to try something else with you all today. We call dolphin pose. So I'm going to reach beyond at the other side of the chair, dropping my elbows down towards the chair and soften the knees. And then let the tailbone draw towards the left wall. Stomach in. If you want to walk your feet out away from the chair, go ahead and do so. It's a great shoulder opener. It's not going to be for everybody, so feel free to stay in downward facing dog. Breathe. All right, walking into the chair, bend the knees, round back up. And let's turn back to the front. We'll take that forward fold one time, halfway rise, Uttasana, coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. All right, reaching, pull the shoulders back. My knees are comfortably apart here. Whoops, a little bit more. And rise up. Little baby back bend, which really means whatever you've got in your hands, put into that top shelf. And circle the wrist, wiggle the fingers, maybe wiggle the toes. Come all the way down and shake out. Okay, grab a drink of water. We're going to start to add a little bit of a twist here. I think we'll sit down and do this. Okay, I'm thinking it might be a little easier. Okay, so back to your chair. Good work. Now, taking that towel behind your back. Yeah, straighten the arms. You can take the arms down on the chair. That's just fine. We're going to bring the left hand over to the right hip. And I'm going to change. So I've got my right hand palms up and the left one down. All right. So from here, I want you to twist to the left. So maybe that hand is just going to come to the small of your back. Maybe it'll come all the way around, your choice. But we take a little bit of a twist to the left, and now the right hand towel goes off to the right corner, and my nose is going to the left corner. Yeah. Sit very tall, getting a great shoulder stretch once again, but ease up as much as you need to. And then turning the gaze if you'd like. Down the boulevard. Come back to the center. Let the shoulders relax and breathe. All right, so we're going to go the other way. Same thing. I'm going to turn my left hand, palm to the front, right hand, palm down, and then bring it over, maybe to the small of your back, maybe over to the hip. Okay, but we sit up nice and tall and then twisting. So notice this hand is going to move a little more towards my hip as I turn to the right and maybe turn over the right shoulder. But I'm pulling on this left hand away. Release, come back to the front. All right, we're going to try this again. I'm going to stand up this time. If you want to stay seated and do that, that's just fine, okay? But I'm going to stand up, so if you want to join me standing, we're going to add the feet to it. So I'm going to come from mountain pose. I'm going to step back on the right foot, grabbing that towel behind you. So the hand faces the front, the hand faces the back. I switch, sorry. Keep the hands the same. Switch the feet. So put the right foot forward and the left foot back. If you're seated, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so here we are, out to the side, nice and tall. And then exhale. We're going to rotate around, looking to the right. So I'm pulling that left hand off to the left corner and letting that right hand move a little more towards my hip. It's a nice twist, also a good shoulder workout. And release, come back to the center, let the hands relax. We switch feet, duh. And then turn the right palm out, and I'm going to turn the left palm to the back, okay? And bring my hand over to my right hip. Everybody with me? If you're not, it's okay. It's my fault. Okay, so here we go. Take a deep breath in, long spine, and exhale. We add this little rotation here. Drawing that left shoulder back. Reach the fingers out towards the right, and maybe turn your gaze. If you're seated, you'll find this easier because you don't have to concentrate on the feet. Long spine. And release. Come back. Whew, that's a lot of work on those shoulders. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so in the seat, let's keep the towel handy because we're going to work on the feet with that. We're going to work on another twist with it using the legs. Okay, out to the edge of your seat, lift up on that right foot and a little circle in the ankle. Okay, now your choice. You may grab underneath the leg, in front, or take your towel around the ball of the foot. Okay, it's your choice. We're going to extend it out in front. Okay. If you have the towel, what I want you to do is take the towel in the left hand and let that index finger point to the ceiling. Sit up nice and tall. We add a little bit of a twist here. If you're grabbing underneath the thigh, same thing. Just add that twist or the calf muscle. All right? Everybody with me? Don't go away. Nice and tall. All right, so now we come into that piriformis stretch. If you have hip replacement, hip trouble, knee trouble, you know not to do this. I'm going to drop that ankle into my knee, keep the foot flexed, sit very tall, and maybe hinge forward just a little bit. But from the hips, bring the heart forward. Don't let the body round, shoulders back. It's your call here. And always just put that foot down on the ground. Ah. All right, and release down. Okay, other side, same thing. Towel handy, if you're going to use it. Lift the foot, little circle in the ankle. getting ready for that if you're going to put the foot on the toe. All right, so your choice, underneath the thigh, on the shin, or the towel on the foot, and both towel ends in the right hand. Lift nice and tall, sit nice and tall, maybe extend that leg out, turn the gaze. You are using your arm, the strength of your arm, to hold that leg up or to hold the towel. It's a good thing. Breathe. Coming back to the front and drop that elbow in. Or that's not an elbow, that's a heel. Oh dear. Flex the foot. Nice and tall, and then maybe hinge forward ever so slightly until you say, that's where that piriformis muscle is, huh? Now you feel it. Breathe. One more breath. All right. Let's put that foot back down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway rise. Press the hands on the thigh muscles. Take the weight onto the thighs of your torso, drawing the thigh muscles back. So you're going to squeeze those thigh muscles and pull them back towards the hips, heart forward, and then sitting up nice and tall. Reach forward, tuck the tailbone underneath you, scoop the belly. Hands down, deep breath in, hinge until you take the weight onto the thigh muscles. Heart forward, coming up, reach forward, roll the tailbone underneath you, and all the way back. Press the knuckles open, open the heart. And then give yourself a hug, drop your chin, and walk back towards the back of the chair. And then depending on your chair, maybe you slid back into it, maybe you had to walk back, maybe you can massage that low back, maybe it doesn't feel good because you've got those slats down the back, but spend time there for a moment. All right, and then draw the shoulder blades underneath you. We're gonna slide the feet out in front, push on the gas and the brake. All right. And then as if you were flat-footed walking up the wall. Yeah. And then 3/4 point, walk up on your tiptoes. And then drop the toes, walk up on your toes. All right, circle the ankles. Circle the wrists. As if you're running the fingers through rice, uncooked popcorn, and then wiggle them. Yeah. So with your index finger, rub your nail beds. Yep. And then switch to the other finger and rub your little nail beds. And switch. It's a little bit of dexterity. And then one more. Perfect. All right. So, sitting back in the seat, walk yourself, if you're not all the way back to the seat, walk yourself back to the back of the seat. And we will move on to a few minutes of stillness. Kurt isn't here this morning, but his music is here. And I know many of you like this version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So I put it in again to come to stillness, to come to quiet. Though the world is chaos and busyness all around us, just imagine that happening all around you. It's noisy, it's chaotic, but not here, not in here. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, or turn your gaze to something just wonderful to look at. Unclench your biting teeth. when those thoughts pass your way, take a nice deep breath in and send them on their way. Don't get caught up in them. Move them along and back to the blue sky. As long as you have your breath, no one can take your peace. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Hands together at your heart. Open your eyes. Soft gaze. What a wonderful gift you have just given yourself of stillness, quiet, some stretching, some strength. Beautiful gift towards that healthy lifestyle. Thank you for joining me today. There will not be a recorded class on Monday. It's Labor Day. Enjoy. I'll be back again Wednesday and see you here next Friday. Have a lovely Labor Day. Remembering a heart at peace shall give life to the whole body. Namaste. Again, thanks for coming. We walk on Wednesday next week, so hope to see you there at the bike path, 10:15 in the morning. And I'm running the camera, so I gotta shut it off today. See you.